This is Jaguar's very first SUV or crossover. It's called F Pace. And ever since it came out earlier this year, it's been selling incredibly well. Many people know that Jaguar also owns Land Rover and Range Rover, but don't think for a second that this is a Range Rover Evoque with a Jaguar badge on it. It isn't. Actually, this F Pace is built off a common platform as part of a three-model offensive from Jaguar: the compact XE sedan, the midsize XF sedan, and the F Pace. They all share an aluminum structure that makes it more precise, better handling, and more efficient. The F Pace is unique because it's a compact to mid-size crossover vehicle. It kind of fights in two different spaces. The cargo capacity is the largest in the compact class, but it looks more like a mid-size SUV. The star for many buyers will be the supercharged engine, but let's start with the base engine. It's a 4-cylinder diesel, and that's turbocharged. Then you go into two available V6 supercharged engines, 340 horsepower with the model called 35T, and then you get into the S, and that has 380 horsepower. This one is the 35T with the R Sport. It gets you the 20-inch wheels and slightly sportier trim on the outside. The inside has a very useful design with very big door pockets. The back cargo area, as mentioned, is large, and the back seat is fairly roomy. Now, when you get in the F Pace, you kind of notice that the seating position, the ratio of the seat to the steering wheel to the dash, isn't like a traditional SUV where you sit up like this. You sit down more like you're sitting in a sedan, and I like that. Some people might like that high seating position. The rest of the dash is very simple and clean. The center screen comes with two configurations. The base unit is the one we have here. It's 8 inches with buttons surrounding the screen. This is paired with a regular analog instrument cluster behind the steering wheel. There's an optional 12.3-inch center screen called Pro, and it's all touchscreen, and that is paired with the virtual instrument cluster that looks more polished and upscale. Now, I have had a chance to drive the 35T and the S a couple of times, and I gotta tell you, I think this 35T with 40 less horsepower is the one to buy. All F Pace models come standard with all-wheel drive, and the 35T will make a run to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.8 seconds. The more expensive version is only 0.3 seconds faster. The power is very responsive because it's a supercharged, not turbocharged engine. Making a quick getaway and passing on the highway is a snap. I prefer the performance modes that makes this car feel responsive and special at all speeds, in contrast to, say, the Porsche Macan. It feels special when you're driving it at the limit. However, in everyday situations, it can feel a little lackluster. Not the case with the F Pace. Now, I've had a chance to drive all three of the new aluminum-based products, the XE, the XF, and this F Pace, at launches, speaking to the engineers and developers of these cars, and they stressed over and over a big portion of the development money went into the suspension, and I think it really translates. Jaguar has always had the two masters, the traditional luxury buyer and the performance buyer, and this really does deliver on both fronts. The steering as well is another area where they threw quite a bit of research and money at, and it shows. You really need to drive any of the three new products to really experience how good they are in comparison to what else is out in the marketplace. Plus, the engine's so good. So Jaguar does have a bit of a premium for its starting price at $50,000, but as I mentioned, this vehicle kind of straddles two different sizes. The 35T, the one you see here, starts at $55,000 if you want the R Sport, $65,000, and this one is equipped to $71,000. You can see the price is getting expensive. It's starting to compete with the Porsche Macan and the Audi SQ5. This vehicle isn't perfect. It's close, but when you're behind the wheel, it really is a lot of fun to drive.